Alright, this is Robbery Stories Part 3. I believe this is going to be the final one. I think this is all the ones that I know of that are true and that I know everything about, just about. Now we're going to go back to Robbery Stories Part 2. In the beginning, whenever I talked about the guy who pulled his gun out and told the guys to freeze, and he got shot in the head, I forgot to finish the story out. I don't know why. Brain fart, I guess. So, here we go. So the guys broke in there, and the guy had a trench coat on, and he pulled his gun out and told him to freeze. And then, one of the robbers shot him in the head twice. Now, they didn't just leave after that, obviously. So they acted like it was like nothing, riding a bicycle. I mean, exactly like that. They didn't give a shit, didn't care. They went around, took everybody's money, took all their cell phones, put them in the this big bathroom they had over there. And this is in Naples, Florida, by the way. And there was a woman there also. There was a woman playing in the game, so she's got to be freaked out too. They take everybody's clothes, jewelry. I mean, take it all. They got $100-something thousand worth of jewelry. This is a high stakes poker game, from what they were telling me. And they tied everybody up together. Yeah, took your phone, your jewelry, and tied everybody up. After you killed the dude, that's probably why they tied everybody up and took their phone. And fuck it, they said, I guess they figured might as well take their jewelry if we already gone this far. So, it took about 11 hours later, I guess when the next game was supposed to happen, some guy with a key had come in there and found everybody, tied up together. And that's how everybody got out of there. Other than that one guy that died, everybody else was okay. But, if the guy would have drawn his gun and just fired, it might not have ended up that way. It still might have. More people could have got killed. Maybe not. He could have killed both of them. Depends how good a marksman he is. Who knows? And the situation on how it plays out, whether they run or fire back, or if they get shot and, one shot apiece and it's over. Who knows? But the main point is he got killed because he drew his gun and didn't fire upon them. He told them to freeze and put your gun down or anything like that. So, the next story is my brother. He was at a pretty high stakes poker game, and they had only been playing at this game. I talked to him 4 days ago about this situation because I wanted to know all the information. I made him go in detail with me. He's 42 years old now, and this was like 5 years ago. So, he said they were just sitting there, and he was watching wrestling while they were over there playing. I guess he was dealing the game, dealing the cards, and they said a ton of people coming in and out of there, and they got a security camera in this place and everything on the outside, and they had only been playing there 3 days. So this had to be a setup, and a couple people left the door unlocked when they fucking left. So the door's unlocked, and all he remembers is some people in there, yelling or whatever. But that happens at a poker game if you ever been to one. People yell, and he just thought it was the Greek people talking shit. Come to find out, he looks to his left, and there's a shotgun sitting right next to his face. And he said they were young Hispanic people, maybe like 20 years old, 19 years old. So he's just sitting there, and he hears some shit. He looks over, and there's a shotgun right here in his face, just staring at a barrel of a shotgun. Dude said, don't fucking move or you'll die. He didn't fucking move. I wouldn't either. You put your life in your enemy's hands at that time. It's a shitty-ass situation and feeling. So the guy who was running the game come around the corner, said, y'all want the money? Now just remember this now. This is a good thing to do if you ever get put in that type of a situation. There was a lot of money there. They could have probably got $80,000-$90,000. That's a handful of money. So the guy took his 2 wads of cash he had. Fives, hundreds, and 20s, and 50s were in there. And it was probably like $5 grand. He just threw it at him in the air, just like that. No rubber bands on it, just threw him. You want the money? Fucking take it. Just like that. So as the one guy held them at gunpoint, the other guys gathered the money up, and they took off. So it wasn't, 45 seconds long, just long enough for the guy to grab the money and put it all together, throw it in his pocket, and take off or whatever. But it could have been worse. It could have got worse than that. If he wouldn't have done that in that certain situation, it worked out for him. But you may not want to do that. It really just depends on the situation. But that time it worked pretty damn good. So no one got hurt, and that was a good damn thing. And I'm glad my brother's okay. And the next one, this is about my father. He was at a poker game. I'm not going to tell you exactly everything yet, but we're going to get into it. It was supposed to be a robbery. You would have thought it was a robbery. So he's just sitting there playing, and he hears a boom, like the door got busted in. And then he hears all these people running in there. And then, the first thing he noticed was, people coming around the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There comes 6 guys around the corner. Put your hands up, put your hands up. And he's noticed they're wearing like all black, everything, just blacked out with fucking AR-15s and all kind of shit. Just assault rifles and handguns and everything. And then he finally notices police right on their fucking vest. So, thank God it's the cops, Yeah, you got busted. Who gives a fuck? It's not someone in there, you're not going to die. So it looked, for a second or 2 seconds, he thought it was like a professional team, and who knows what could happen with that. I mean, that's terrible if you got people coming in there with assault rifles and AR-15s and 1911s and Glocks and shit. But no, it was the cops. So now in Florida, it's different than probably most of your other states. So here's what he did to get out of it, and it's real fucking simple. So don't say, and they're playing out there with $100,000. And the only difference is all the poker games that we play at, we do this for a reason. You give the dude who's running the game the money, and you're playing with the poker chips, of course. There's no fucking reason to have cash out, and a lot of the poker games have no cash value, so you just think that you're playing like a tournament or practicing or something. So he went to his lawyer, gave him $5,000 cash. Only had to meet his lawyer once. He gave him $5,000 cash and said, here's what I want you to do. He gave him his little World Series of Poker license, and he told him, look, here's what you're going to tell the judge, and this is how he got out of it. He said, you tell him we were in there practicing for the World Series of Poker for the tournament. And he didn't have to show up in court. The fucking judge went up there, showed him the World Series of Poker card, because they don't have any fucking proof. They don't have any clue at all what the fuck's going on there. So he told the judge, we're just practicing for the World Series of Poker. The judge looked at him and said, okay, have a good day. Nothing he could do about it. There's no proof. You can't guarantee anything. You can't say you are playing for money. None of that. Plus, in order for it to be illegal in the state of Florida, you have to be able to prove that the house, whoever's running the game, those type of people, aren't taking money out. So if they're not taking money out of the game and making profit for themselves, it's legal. So that's all the information I wanted y'all to know. I believe that's all the stories I know. So there you go. Maybe some of this can help y'all out. There are different situations in every one of them, and different situations can happen in life. So don't always just go by this, but it might help you out if you ever get put in a shit-ass situation kind of like these. So thanks, guys. Let me know what you think.